So now shifting gears into this testing room, what I want to do is bring in a light and we can start talking about how we're going to work between Revit and Twinmotion on lighting. So go to Insert, Load Family, on Internal. Oh, you'll be actually here. We should go to Lighting, Architectural, Internal, and then I think we'll do this sconce uplight. All right, so now we're going to place it. All right, so we just put 3 in there. They look fine. Let's go ahead and go to a 3D view. Well, actually, let's create a camera. All right, tighten that angle a bit. And we don't need the fall off. Not sure what's going on. 50 feet. 50 feet. Okay. And I'm just going to walk in a little bit. All right. So there we can see our lights. Let's just go ahead and we'll render that just so we can see what's going on. It's gonna be a whole other ballgame, right? Render, we want to switch this to probably just interior artificial only. We need a region because Revit's really slow at rendering. It's not that good at it, but this will just give us an idea. And let's go ahead and render. Whoa. Great. Slightly better, so we can kind of start to see what's going to happen with this light. So I'm not going to try to fix it here because I think, what's going on in this is emblematic of why we don't render it in Revit. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and send this to in a 3D view. All right, so I've restarted Revit and now it seems to be happy. So not sure what was going on there, but I'm gonna then put this test room in here and then open it up in Twinmotion. Now because I put that opening in the wall, I'm probably gonna have to go to a night shot. So direct link, and I'm gonna go to keep hierarchy. Sure, default to that. Sounds good. Okay. All right, let's walk in this bad boy. Get rid of my extra stuff. So you can see already that things are looking a lot better. So gotten rid of the I have a floor. Interesting. Let's see what happened in Revit. That is there. It looks good. Huh. I don't remember deleting it, but there it is. Okay. Well, there's a few things wrong. I mean, materials look horrible, but wow, really bad. Uh, I have to fix it. I can't have that. Um, I don't know if I like that any better. No, I really don't. Painted brick, sure. We'll go with painted brick. All right, and then this floor is just horrible. Let's just go something lighter. Scale it to, yeah, that looks about right. All right, and then we might just change, hitting T, then change the color, just something a little bit darker so we can kind of see the light hit it. Okay, all right, better. Better. That's good. All right, so this is our sconce. I think the other thing we're going to change just so we can kind of see is that let's go with the metal as bronze is fine. I think that will be a good way for us to talk about what's going on. So we have these lights. They look good, but we got some issues. You can see that the shield itself is really not not stopping the light. So let's see if there's something we can do about it. I'm a little concerned that there may not be. So let's just, okay, so that's the light. So over here, you'll see, if we go back into Revit and we go back into this family, we're going to see kind of how it's constructed. So all it has is a shield. They call it as glass frosting. And then they have a light source. And the light source is what's emitting the light. And that is not a physical thing. It's just it's just a metaphysical thing, I guess. It's just emitting light. I would go into kind of different shapes of light sources, but for the most part, Twinmotion pretty much ignores them. So it's not, I mean, there are different shapes, and we'll see the same type of shapes in Twinmotion, but these aren't really that different. So, but to describe it, you have like emit from shape. So that's where the light's coming from. So it's either a point, a line, a rectangle, or a circle. And then it's what the shape looks like as it moves from that spot, that point or line or rectangle shape. It's how it then disperses. So light distribution. So it's either a sphere, semicircle, or sphere, half sphere, a spot, or some kind of photometric web. All right. So that's all that's making up this thing. It doesn't have a light bulb inside of it. It just has light source, shield. Okay. Now, in Twinmotion, let's see what we can do with that information. So essentially, for each of these light fixtures, we have that. We have the container, we have what I think is the shield. No, it's the whole thing. And then we have the light. Now, where the actual, where that thing is, where that object is, I'm not quite certain. If I select that, okay, it is contained. Okay, so it's contained. So that's really the object. This is the light source. Okay. So let's see if we can give it shadows. Okay, so once we do that, you can see that changes the dynamic. So that is very helpful. So what we need to do, I think there's a couple things I would essentially do. Is I think all of these are written in a way that is not very helpful. So I would just rename and see what happens. All right, so there you go. That will help clean up kind of what's going on. I think the other thing that you can consider is that all of these could collapse into one. So I'm holding down the control key to hit several of these and really just throw them in a container and then get rid of these two. So that's just another kind of way of organizing. And then you can collapse all hierarchy. So now, well, actually, why is that in that? So, I mean, I would just pull this to the highest level. It's in the test room. So that's where it should go. Okay, so that's that. Now let's look at a little bit, few more things. So, uh, the attenuation. Attenuation is, and maybe we could see it a little bit better if it wasn't so intense. So let's turn this thing down. Let's also, maybe we change the ambiance so it's at night. Okay, that's much better. Okay, so now let's look at turning shadows on for all of them. Okay, that looks like some kind of haunted house. Not cool. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to change the attenuation. So the attenuation is like how far is that light distributing? And then intensity is what you would expect it to be. So we're just going to turn it way down. We're also going to check to see if turn off auto exposure. And let's go back to the lights. All right, so it's pretty dramatic. I think the other thing that I'm going to show you is that under light, you have a light area. And I think that's going to be your best friend to create so let's collapse the hierarchy again. All right, we're going to try to get a lot of these things that are important at the very top of the list. This ground is not important. That's not important. In fact, those two things can be deleted. Okay, so let's move that up. Again, grab that, move it up to almost to the top of the ceiling. We're going to mess with its intensity. And we're going to change its length till it's pretty much swallowing up the room. And when you have multiple rooms, you might end up putting one of these in each room. And what that's going to allow you to do is really just give kind of an ambient light. And we can see now already that I'm not quite to the top of the ceiling, so right about there. It's going to give some ambient light. It's going to allow you to not have to kind of fill the space with every single light it would ever need. All right, so that's helpful. Now if we then turn on these guys again, and I'm really close to just putting these all in one thing. I'm not sure yet. I'm unclear also why it's doing that leaking. But I think we've kind of hit it. We're going to go to where it doesn't leak, intensity somewhere in here. And this is going to be, you're going to have to feel your way through that. You know, what looks so. 279 stunts. All right, I'm just going to have to stop fussing. So there you go. That's our light. If we get more light, we'll kind of get that metal to shine a little bit. That's good.